Oh, you did that.
One hand.
I can smack you with two. It is, isn't it? Oh well. It's already been taping. What? Did you see how what? Did you go by that?
Oh
yeah, that one.
Let's go. I thought that guy ran to the building.
I don't have to be in to work at 5.
Well then. What you got him, Reggie? I'm just kidding.
She's got a train.
There it is.
It's being trained.
Think about them two skags. You put that pedal, you get ready to go. The other one, you put it in gear, you get ready to go.
Tell her how old you are.
Yeah. There's one that's very
Here they come. Here they come. Here they come.
Sounds like football now.
Yeah, she's a drum major.
First one in. He's the first one in.
Yeah. Yeah, because us were always first, and then he's a section leader, so. Peking King.
2002 Tate High School Show Band of the South. I'd like to thank all of you for coming tonight, and thank goodness we got a break on the weather, and it looks like it's going to turn out nice, except for that sun, which will give you got a few more minutes to look at that, and it'll be down. Want to thank, before we start with the performance tonight, I want to start by thanking the parents who have been here the last 2 weeks working so hard, taking care of your kids and making sure that they had what they needed, and when they needed attention, they got it, and had plenty of water. I wouldn't even guess how many hundreds, maybe thousands of pounds of ice we've been through in the last week. I'm sure probably Sylvia can tell you, because they probably kept up with it. But it's been tremendous, and it was tough at times. As you know, we've had some real hot weather, and they hung tough. And thank you so much, parents. And believe me, on behalf of these kids, thank you very much. And if you would give those parents a hand that have been up here, we would appreciate it. I'm going to give the section leaders just a couple of minutes. This simulates a home game where they get to do their little warm-up routine, and I know a lot of what goes on during that, probably don't want to, but they have their little routines they go through that have been passed down from year to year. And with that in mind, I know we have a lot of them here. I'd like for any of our Tate Band alumni that are here tonight, if you would stand and be recognized. Any Tate Band alumni in the audience? Quite a span covered there, don't we? Appreciate y'all continuing to support this organization and this activity and what it does for these kids, and we really appreciate you. Also, I'd like to recognize someone very important to this program, and not only this program, but to Tate High School, and she's trying to get the school ready to open, but she's here tonight. And Ms. Spooner, if you would stand and let us thank you for being here and for all you do for us. We appreciate it. Also, a person you see a lot, but you don't necessarily see him take a lot of credit for anything, Mr. Calvin Harris, who is in charge of buildings and grounds here at Tate, down here on the end. He's almost always there. You don't always see him, but he's a big fixture here at Tate High School and has been for many years. As you know, it takes it all. It takes more than just great kids. Also, I would like to, and you'll hear their names called individually, the last 2 weeks we have had a tremendous effort on the part of our staff to work with these kids and help them with the music and the drill and the guard work and everything else. And they're probably, most of them are busy right now, but I just want to tell you, they have done a tremendous job for us, and we appreciate the support of the boosters that allows us to bring these people in and give us the extra help that we need. Mr. Cannell and I are good, but we're not that good. We couldn't possibly do what gets done with these kids without the help of our staff. So if you would, let's thank the staff as well.
A very close camaraderie between assistant band directors. A lot of people don't know what assistant band directors do, but a few of us that have done it do, and I'd like to introduce two former assistant band directors at Tate High School. First of all, serving in the 70s, Mr. Mike Strasser, all the way up at the top.
We are often using terms you may not have a clue what we're talking about, so I just kind of wanted to mention a couple of things. The group you're going to see right behind where we are right here is, we call the pit. Some people call them the front ensemble. They'll be playing all of these instruments that you see, and as everybody knows, that accumulation of instruments will grow through the season. Our pit dads love it because the truck gets bigger every week.
He got married and then he got divorced.
Takes longer to set it up. But that's what we call the pit. The battery is actually the percussion that march around and play the drums and the cymbals and everything. So that's what we call the battery. The wind players, which is made up of the brass and the woodwinds, is what we call these guys. And you probably can name all the instruments out there, so we don't go into that. Then you have also the color guard, which is down there still going through their warm-up routine. And you'll notice that some of them are on flag, some of them are spinning saber, some of them are spinning rifle. Most of the young girls start spinning flag, and then by the time they're sophomores, juniors, certainly by the time they're seniors, they are very good on every piece of equipment. And you'll also notice that dance is a very big part of what they do, and it's incorporated into the work. You know, to be in color guard now, you got to be a dancer, a gymnast, and you got to be able to toss and catch. And believe me, some of those girls take a beating trying to get the hang of that. It's really tough. And I think that covers the different components. And a lot of times during band camp, we work separately, so we're not together a great deal of the time. So, in fact, yesterday was the first time we had every single component on the field at the same time. So this is really new for them to get used to working together. Okay, at this time, our drum majors will take the stand, and we're going to play our opener for you. And Mr. Cannell will introduce these to you later and tell you a little bit about them. And so we're just going to let them play and let you hear the music. And we hope you like it. And then in a few minutes, we'll put the visual program with it so you can get the full effect of everything. Drum majors? we're going to get the guard to join us now, and we'll set up and put the movement with the music. And you can trust me on this. It makes playing much, much more difficult, and you'll see why when they start moving. Do we have a qualified Dr. Beat operator in the audience? We'd like to cheat a little bit on the beginning of these to make sure we lock tempos down.
Like a beat in the
Looks like a whirlwind. He showed me the yeah. Yeah.
Hey, did you see Amy? Did you see Amy? You see Chelsea? I saw her just a minute ago.
So where's the ambulance?
I was gonna go on the other side, maybe.
I thought it was going to go in the middle. Maybe he is going to. Why'd you send me?
I think he means one of those drum majors.
Yeah, I know it's kind of glaring too.
Oh, that's Dr. Beat. You can probably imagine that it's very difficult to get this many people to feel the same exact tempo at the same time. It's very difficult, especially with the demanding things they're doing. So we use the Dr. Beat to get us started. And one of the hardest things we have to do is play together when they're trying to do all this stuff. So those of you that have done it, you know exactly what we're talking about and how difficult it is. We just use the Dr. Beat to get us going. All right? All set? Wait. Yeah, we'll stop it right with the first bass drum note. Here we go.
No.
very much. We're going to run that whole thing once more and give you a second look at everything. And not only is it appropriate to applaud when you see or hear something you like, it's encouraged. Because they worked awfully hard, and it makes them feel good to know that you appreciate what they're doing. So don't feel like you can't do that when you feel the need. As we do the second run through, I want to explain a little something to you. We have a group of students that are swapping in and out, which is they've worked very hard. They're sharing a spot, is what we call it, and they will be taking turns. One marches, the other marches as they go through this. So that's what's going on. In case you're wondering what that is, it's very much now like at any team where at any time somebody can get sick. We had a color guard girl, unfortunately, today, bless her heart, twisted her ankle and wasn't able to march tonight. It was a little too short a notice to fill a spot, but we were able to do that, and it's really, really helpful, especially if you're getting ready for a big show and things like that. So I want to explain that and tell them that we appreciate the good job they're doing. As we do the second run through here, Mr. Cannell is going to take the microphone and explain a little bit about the show and give you a little more of the flavor you would get if this was an actual game. Mr. Cannell.
Some years our music is very simple to title. It's the music of David Holsinger or from the movie Far and Away. And some years we kind of put a show together by picking pieces that we feel like will help complete the package. This year, 2 of the 3 pieces that we'll be playing are from ballets. And the middle piece, which you just heard, is very moving in other ways. It's very moving emotionally. So really, the show this year is about movement and it's about rhythm. So we have loosely titled this year's show Rhythm in Motion, because that's what we feel like it is. Much as the show is going to be changing, over the year, we'll be adding stuff. What I'm about to read to you will change, but I'll read it as I have it tonight. The Show Band of the South has performed before thousands of people all over the country. The band recently performed at the Fiesta Bowl and the National Band Championship in Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight, the Show Band of the South will present Rhythm in Motion. We open with Malambo from the Estancia Ballet by Alberto Ginastera. Malambo means macho. Enjoy the projection of this image by the Color Guard and Percussion Ensemble. Now tonight, ladies and gentlemen, just for you, the 2002 Tate High School Show Band of the South.
Come on, Dr. B. Got it.
Next, the beautiful melody made famous by Andrea Bocelli and Sarah Brightman, Time to Say Goodbye.
And now Amy goes all over that field. I know. She's from here over there.
I'm going to do one more song for you. I think you'll recognize this one. And after we play this for you, we are going to do the drawing of the raffle that many of you have participated in. So we'll do that right after we hear this song. I think you'll recognize. We've been promised that after the show, Scooter Wooten will sing this song for you. Sergeants Brooke Ard and Jessica Hamlet. Drumline section leaders Jesse Campbell and Daniel Gross. Pin section leaders Derek Ivey and Jerry Kiker. Drill design Ed Devlin. Musical arrangements by Curtis Treadway. Principal at Tate High School Miss Carolyn Spooner. And tonight, maybe tonight only, Mouth of the South, me.
Way Okay, we're getting ready to do the drawing for the raffle. If the winner could meet Shirley and Janice back at the concession stand, they can write your check. Also, I'd like to remind everybody that on Tuesday night we do have a booster meeting at 7:30 in the band hall. We do invite all of you to come out to that. As we get ready to get into the marching season, it takes a lot of parents, so we ask you again, if you'd like to volunteer, please come join us. Okay, Mr. Snell.
Jake.
Okay, the winner of the $500 cash drawing is Brockman. You can meet Janice and Shirley back at the concession stand. Also, as we're getting ready to eat, to let you know that we have two different serving lines. We have hamburgers and food off this end, and hamburgers and food at this end. So it should make things go much quicker. Thank y'all for coming out.
Are y'all going somewhere?
I'm gonna go to.
Yeah, where you going? Well, I don't know. Y'all don't leave without telling us where you're going. Yeah, right at 200. Look at Sean. It's Sean doing
But I like, the music's so good. The second piece, though, right? I would have expected that's free.